Hello, guys. My name is Candace Taylor, and I'm the Community Relations Coordinator here at BizIQ. And we are a few minutes early, okay? We got a little time, but I wanted to give you guys enough time to sit down, grab some lunch, maybe grab a piece of paper and a pen, because we are doing a little work today. So I'm going to put this 5-minute timer on, and then I'm going to keep doing some work because, I got a million things to do. And my lovely guest here, Colleen, she'll be in the background and we'll be working, but we're going to be back in 5 minutes so we can start and, get this live stream a pushing. So I will see you guys then. There we go. Alrighty, guys, we got 1 minute left. I want to say hi to some guys that are tuning in. We got Allie in the comment section. Hey, Allie. Nice to have you here with us. I love you. Anybody else out there watching? Anybody else tuning in? Drop your name below. We got 1 minute and 13 seconds left. And I know how, exciting it is to get your name called out on a live stream. What you got, Colleen? I'm unmuting you now.
I'm excited. Aaron's in. He's in, ready to go. I'm so excited. Everybody's getting really excited.
Oh, we got Dom, we
Ooh.
got Tim, we got Biz IQ themselves. What?
Whoa! Guest
Oh my God.
appearance. Biz IQ. That's crazy. Tim
I,
is in the chat. Wow, wow, wow.
oh man, I'm getting a little excited. Like I got goosebumps just a little bit, you
This
know?
is crazy. This is
Ready for
awesome.
it? We got some good stuff to tell them too.
I
Like,
know. You guys
you know,
better get something to take notes, whether that be your paper and pen, your phone, whatever you need, because we're about to drop some gems and you need to be prepared. So,
yes, because the holiday season approaching. Oh my gosh, 9, 8, 7, 6,
6, 5,
4,
4.
3, 2. Woo! We are live. Welcome to our
Woo!
stream, folks. Let's go to our next slide here. Oh, I'm going too fast. One more thing. We got Cynthia. Oh, thanks, Erin. Thank you guys for joining us today. My name is Candace Tyler. Oh, actually, I'm Candace Taylor now. You know,
Ooh!
I got that ring
You
light.
put a ring on it.
Put a ring on it. Anyway,
Wow.
we'll get back into like my juicy gossip later. But there are 3 mistakes that we see local business owners make during the peak season, and today we're going to tell you how to fix them. So we have a very special episode for you, and this actually might turn into a little bit of a workshop. I know we've been dropping hints, but take some time, go get that pencil, go get that paper, get ready to write, because I don't want you to only watch this episode. I want you to be engaged in it. I want you to listen. I want you to absorb all of this knowledge, okay? Because all of this stuff is things that you can implement in your business right after the live is over. Sound fair? All right. Okay, folks. So it's that time of year again. And for most local businesses, the peak season will either make or break their year financially. And of course, we would like to be on the right side of that. Am I right?
Yes.
Typically, there are 3 things that we see that are holding small businesses back from making this the best peak season ever. And as soon as you fix them, you will be well on your way. So how can you ensure that this holiday season is more ho, ho, ho than ho, ho, hum? It's actually quite simple. Together with some of our most successful clients, we've mastered the art of creating holiday campaigns that will help your business stand out from the online giants, okay? And what we found is it all starts with having the right hook. By the way, I know we've kind of talked about it already a little bit. The team did create an awesome worksheet for me. And if you would like a copy of it so that you can follow along, just comment the word worksheet below. And my boy, Andrew Esposito, will be glad to help you out. Here's a little, what it looks like. Super cute. Love it. So set up your page like that. But today I am joined by our very own Colleen Quinn. She is a fashionista and the account manager for our client success department and our local SEO department. Oh, ooh. Is it local SEO? I don't know. You can
It
update us.
is. It is not. It is not anymore. I'm actually on the multi-product side of BizIQ now, so I handle a lot of different products, including social media, paid media, e-commerce. So I do a bunch of things on top of local SEO. So.
And this is why we are in some good hands today. So, Colleen, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do here? I mean, we already kind of covered that. Your experience. Give us the gist.
Yes. So, hi everyone. My name is Colleen. I am an account manager here at BizIQ. Like I just said, I am on the multi-product team here at BizIQ, meaning that I handle all multitudes of products that we do offer for your digital marketing needs. And a little bit about me, I have been in tech for the past 7 years. A lot of my experience is in digital marketing. A lot of my experience is in social media management as well as customer service. So I'm super passionate about marketing, super passionate about helping our clients succeed, especially as things get really busy here in the holiday season for local businesses. So I'm super excited to be here and be able to bring insight to this specific topic today. And Candace, thank you so much for having me on the live stream.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you here. All right. So now a few things that we're going to talk about today. Those 3 mistakes that we see business owners making. how to develop a hook that attracts. And then we're also going to take you through the hook worksheet. So exactly filling out exactly what you need to know. Now, developing a hook, the key is to develop a holiday hook that makes your business stand out. And business owners like us usually want three things. We want to get found on Google, we want to generate leads every single day, and we want to have a process in place that makes all of this as easy as possible. What do you think, Colleen? Give us your thoughts.
100%. Honestly, as Candace just mentioned, it is going to be very, very busy as the holiday season approaches for local business owners, and it's extremely important that you are prepared. And that's why we're having this live stream today to really kind of break it down for you and how to prepare and what is so important about finding your hook. So I'm
Yes.
super excited.
Now, I do want to talk a little bit about this graph here. Now, in the middle, we have our goal, which is the new customers. And to get those customers, we need to attract them, we need to convert them, and then we need to deliver those awesome products and services that you guys have. Now, in this live specifically, we are going to be focusing on the attract stage and not getting found by your customers. And that is where this wonderful little hook is going to come into play. Colleen, what do you got?
Yes, so I really love this graph. It's so important to understand the different stages of the client cycle, of the lead cycle, and one of them is definitely attract. I would argue it's one of the most important stages of the sales cycle. This is the first time people are finding out about your business, right? This is the first time, the first impressions. And honestly, there are so many options out there. It's really, really key to notify and educate your customers on why they should choose you, what sets you apart from your competitor down the road. And that's really what this is about, is finding that hook is so important because that is what's going to attract your customers, and get them to the next, which is the conversion stage.
You're knocking it out of the park today. All right, guys. So now we're going to get into our worksheet portion. So if you haven't commented worksheet below, you need to do so now because this is going to help you. We want you to be interactive with this. We want you to type on the worksheet and get it all out, get all the stuff out of your brain and onto a piece of paper because that's what makes you successful. Now, all right, Colleen, you're going to walk me through this, okay?
All right, let's see if I can do it.
Okay.
We're learning together.
We are. Okay, so let's say, for instance, I am, I don't know, HVAC contractor. How does a hook play into setting up or improving my Google listing?
So, especially with HVAC contractors and HVAC industry, which a lot of you may know is like air conditioning units, heating units, something that I think is extremely, extremely popular here and where we are based, Phoenix, Arizona. It's really important to realize that there are a lot of you out there. And if you are a business owner that owns an HVAC company that's watching this, you already know that information. Now, what you want to keep in mind is there are ways to set you apart from your competitors. So, one example, which is I feel like hook number one, would be that you have 24-hour services available. Nothing is worse than living in Arizona and it's 120 and your air conditioning goes out at 12 a.m. Okay, so it's one of those things where it is a need based industry, and having a 24-hour hotline is so great to set you apart from your competitors. There are definitely some out there that aren't 24 hours, and more times than not, this is when people are needing them the most. So that would be definitely a hook that could be a good example for setting you apart.
Yes. And even if it's like a 24-hour text line, something that
Right.
allows your customers to get in contact with you when they are having those emergencies. But that is great. I took a whole bunch of notes. Let's see. Let's go into hook number 2. What other tips do you have for our audience to ensure that this holiday is a successful one?
So first and foremost, you want to prepare. If this year has taught us anything, it goes quickly. And a lot of business owners are ramping up already for the fact that Black Friday is coming up quicker than we know it. Black Friday has historically, as you guys know, been one of the busiest days, times of the year. just historically for business owners. Now, in 2020 alone, there was obviously a lot of changes that were made. People were staying indoors. There was a lot that had changed. Now, we're seeing, based off of our metrics, we're seeing in 2021 that there's going to be a huge spike in Black Friday sales historically across the board. With that being said, don't plan for it the week before. You want to be prepping now for your type of game plan you want to implement in place, whether that be creating a hook, whether that be other things that we'll chat about in this live stream today. But you want to prepare, and I cannot stress that enough. You want a game plan in place.
Yes. And just like you guys, I am following right along here. I'm writing down all these little notes from Colleen. The one thing I really liked what you said was about preparing, because that's why we're having this conversation in the first, are we still in the first week of October? In the first week of October, okay? Because you cannot be preparing for Black Friday when it's like around the corner. You need to put in place these campaigns right now so that when these times come, you're not worried about your website. You're not worried if customers are going to find you because you've already put all of this stuff in place to make sure that you are successful. Now, I do want to add just a little bit of a tidbit. On social media, we've kind of been talking about the changing of the seasons and peak seasons and are you ready for the holidays? And during that, there were some comments when people were like dreading that the holidays are coming. And I don't need to add like this dread, but I just want you guys to be aware of it, that we need to start now. We need to make sure that we're implementing things now. So I know it is a dreadful thing. And it's like, oh my gosh, now I got to buy all of these gifts for the nephews and nieces of the world. But make sure that you're putting your business first.
One thing I will say is the OGs do it now, right? So I think a lot of where the stress comes into play, especially as a consumer in the holiday season, is the fact there are a lot of people doing the same thing at the same time. And so there are a lot of crowds, it's busy, there's long waits, right? Those are the things that I feel people do find as dreadful. Now, as a business owner, how you could prohibit that is hiring seasoned staff. Obviously, getting your internet presence in place so that it does run seamlessly during the holiday season. But as a consumer, you can start prepping and preparing now. Start buying gifts on Amazon or wherever you shop now. That way you're not, rushing and dealing with holiday traffic and everything that comes along with maybe some of that stress or that dread. There are ways to prevent it, both online, digitally, as well as presently in person.
Yes. And just like you said, you're ordering your gifts from where? Amazon, because online shopping is huge and it's going to be even bigger this year. I can't remember the exact number, but Kiana from our SEO department gave us an awesome stat about how e-commerce and everybody's doing online shopping, and there's going to be like $1 billion invested in e-commerce over the next year. What do you say to your customers? I know you work with those e-commerce customers, and can you also give us a little synopsis on what e-commerce means? Because there might be some people out there that are new to this and they're hearing this word for the first time. Like, what are these ladies talking about?
Sure. So really e-commerce in simplistic terms is when you buy a product or service through an online type of system. So for example, e-commerce on a massive scale would be Amazon, right? You're clicking on a product and you're purchasing through an online POS system is what it is called. So with our actual clients, we do a lot of micro e-commerce, meaning you're not hundreds and thousands of products like Amazon, but you have a good 20, 30 or more products that you are focusing on. And that is what our team does. So we create e-commerce products, we build out their product pages, we make sure there is search engine optimization, aka SEO, that is connected to these product pages. And then in turn, Google is going to read those product pages and help that customer rank for those product pages. And that way, when somebody searches for something relative to their product, it does show up on Google. And then they make a sale, hopefully through their e-commerce page.
Yes, and this will be like super beneficial for some of our brick and mortar stores because you are already banking in that people are going to come into your store for that revenue. But if you also add an extra stream on like your website for that e-commerce platform, think about the revenue that you're missing out on if you're not implementing these things. Oh, it's crazy. I don't know. I get so excited about marketing because there's just so many options, for these business owners. There's print, there's digital, there's e-commerce. What do you got, Colleen? What do you think?
Honestly, I always say this, if you're not online, you're you're not relevant, you're disappeared. A lot of the time, even if you are just a brick and mortar location, you're a little iffy about having online presence. The reality is this: people are looking for you, and if they're not finding you, they're going to your competitor. And that's some tough love, but it's very real, because a lot of the time consumers are making buyer decisions based off of, number one, are you online at all? Number two, how many reviews do you have and what's your star rating? And number three, how can we get in contact with you? And is it easy to get in contact with you? And if any of those are not checked off in the box department, then it's possible you'll lose out on some revenue this holiday season in general, or in general throughout the year, you may lose some relevant revenue just because of the fact that you don't have a strong online presence. So it is so important. And I'll be honest with you, Candace, it's only going to get more important as the years go on. I really do see a shift happening in regards to online sales, e-commerce. That is the future that we are living in. And whether business owners do like it or not, they do need to understand that that's the reality that's happening.
Yes, and I love what you said about the tough love, because I think
Yes.
sometimes just as consumers it's like, well, the customer is always right. The customer is always right. But sometimes the customer doesn't know what's best for them. And so it's
Right.
really important for us to step in as the experts and be like, "Hey, I know that you see A, B, C, and D and that you think we're going down this way, but in my experience with my expertise, I found that this works a little bit better." And that's
Right.
one thing that I really love about BizIQ is that these small business owners sometimes, like, they don't understand what's going on online, and
Yes.
we really have to teach them and give them some tough love to push them in the right direction. But one thing I almost forgot: if you think you want to have an expert look at the stuff that you already have going on, just comment the word fix below and I will definitely get you connected with somebody that can help. But let's dive in back to our worksheet here.
Okay.
I want to pretend that we are a salon owner. Can you
Okay.
give some specific examples that would increase our chances of having an awesome peak season?
Sure. So definitely scheduling. Having a scheduling button that actually works. I know that sounds crazy, but a lot of the time with salons, they are living in the past, or their systems are living in the past, what rather I should say. So booking with them online sometimes isn't the easiest task to do. This does prohibit a lot of people booking and online sales, making sure your calendar is relevant and fulfilling as needed based off staffing that you currently have in the salon. Obviously, days are going to vary, but it's so important as a business to have a scheduling system that works for you. So that already sets people 10 million times apart than their competitor a lot of the time in the salon industry, primarily because it's just something that isn't easy to find. And Candace shaking her head, like, we're both women and we both have been to salons. We know that it is a struggle sometimes. Secondly, reviews. If you don't have good reviews as a salon owner, or if you don't have pictures shown online of your work, it is so important to get those online, especially because that is what you do, right? You work in aesthetics, you work in the physical presence of making the client feel great about themselves. So reviews are so important. And something I could talk about reviews for a whole other live stream, but as a business owner, I know a lot of the time that's not something that's top of mind for you, asking for reviews. You feel like it's kind of like, oh, I don't want to ask. But I'm telling you what, a lot of the time, these people are so willing to leave you a review. It's just a matter of asking the question. So reviews are another thing that will set you so far apart from the competitor, especially in the salon and beauty industry.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm writing down so many notes because you were just rattling them off today. One of the things
Yes.
that you said was the scheduling, right? Now,
Yes.
just from my own personal experience, I have scheduled my salon appointments without ever having to call my, what are they called?
Yes.
Saloner? Like,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
sends me a link. I see her schedule, her availability. I select the service that I want, and then I'm on my way. And
Yes.
everybody is like that nowadays. Unfortunately, I know some people are probably going to cringe when I say this. People don't really want to talk anymore.
No.
Like, if it can be automated, if I can deal with a system rather than a human being, I know that sounds weird, but I would. It just makes it so much easier for me rather than, I don't know, playing like the cat and mouse, like, oh, how are you? What is doing now? No, 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 no.
Yes.
The other thing you said is
Yes.
the photos. Yes, yes, yes. I can't tell you how kind of hard it is when I look at a salon and all they have is stock photos. Like, I want to see
Right.
what you can do. I want to see what you're going to provide for my hair. And also
Right.
the different textures that you can work with. Just making sure that
Right.
there's lots of options for people that are looking at you. But we are just like chatting away here, and we're at 24 minutes. I don't want to take too much more of your guys' time. So give me your last pro tip, Colleen. What do you got for us?
So, the main thing I want to hone in with you guys today is please start thinking about the fact that the holiday season is coming. Whether we like it or not, it's going to come, and start preparing for it. I cannot stress that enough. Preparation is going to be key. Preparation is going to help alleviate some of that stress going into the holiday season as a business owner. If you know your industry that does spike in sales, revenue, foot traffic, etc., you need to start hiring. There are people willing to work. Even if you're hiring interns, there are people willing to work. So please, please, please staff appropriately if need be. Just start prepping. And again, I would say compare your year to 2019 and times it by 2. I think that that's kind of a good point to start at for 2021, because 2020 is a hard year to measure year to year. That's what I'm experiencing a lot with my clients right now is, okay, let's talk about 2019, let's talk about 2020, and then let's decide on how we're going to approach 2021. So definitely start prepping now, start thinking about it now. If you're watching this and you just stumbled upon this live, this is a sign to do it. Take some time, carve it out, whatever you have to do. Please, please start preparing for the holiday season, which is 2021.
Yes, this is a sign. I love it. Okay, Colleen, now we're getting to the end of the show. It's my favorite part, but
Yes.
I need to tell you, you have entered the hot seat.
What?
Is it a little warm over there? Are you feeling
I'm
it?
sweating.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but it's mandatory. I don't make the rules here on my show. Like,
Yes, you do.
I know.
This is your show.
Anyways, no one's getting on that. All right, so I'm gonna ask you some quick questions. You got to give me the first thing that comes to mind. Okay.
Okay.
Who was the best dressed at the Met Gala?
Well, I wasn't there, so I would say Rihanna can wear a plastic bag and look good. So I would say Rihanna.
She did. She wore like a giant comforter almost.
It was like it was a huge black puffy dress. But her date actually wore like the comforter. So that could be what you're referring to.
Her date. Look at that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, music or podcast?
I would say music.
Dine-in or delivery?
So it depends on my mood. If I'm doing things, dine in or delivery to me. But if I want to look cute and enjoy a whole vibe, then dine out. Definitely go out to eat. So
What's your favorite movie?
I would say Miss Congeniality is like one of my all-time favorite movies, or Save the Last Dance.
Love that. And what is the last show you binge watched?
So I'm binge watching The Office right now, super fan episodes. I don't know if anyone is aware of what that is yet, but it's basically episodes from The Office that were never aired, so they never got like approved by the network. So there's been like different plot twists, different character development that we never saw in the original series. So I'm actually really enjoying it so far. So I've been watching that, and then other than that, I just finished The Circle. Which is like a social media competition. So I just finished watching that show too.
Oh, I love The Circle. Reality TV, if I'm in a mood and I just want to veg out, it's the best thing ever, okay?
Yes.
Hate me if you want
Also, comment below if you think that Candace and I should be in The Circle. Because I feel like we both could thrive in The Circle because we both can like talk forever.
Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't even need to catfish. Neither one of us.
Neither would I. Neither.
Like, let's use our photos. We'll win this. Come on. This is Nicki and Beyonce here. Like,
exactly.
You guys don't know, but I'm Beyonce and this is Nicki. I'm like
100%.
Okay, 100%. All right. Before we take off today, if you are loving this live, I need you to comment loving it, or
yes,
just a little heart in the comment section. And if you are looking for help with the holiday season, make sure you comment fix below, and I will get you connected with somebody who can help you and give you the tools you need to be successful. So I guess that's a wrap for this week, folks. Thank you, Colleen, for joining me.
Thank you, of course.
And thank you to our lovely audience for taking the time to join me as well. And join me, if I say join me one more time, I will see you guys next week on Thursday so we can chat some more. Alrighty, guys. Catch you then. Bye.
Bye, guys.